Ooh. Hello, I don't even know. Oh my goodness, this is very stressful. Why does it want me to go this way? And this is Strictly Midweek Debrief, Week 8, 2025, and we are live, I hope. I have never actually done a live stream on YouTube before, so this is possibly a little bit gonna be a little bit different, and I'm trying this out, and I'm annoyed because I was set up, ready, and then my phone just said something about having to rotate and be this way instead. So yes, not sure about that. But here we are live. It feels very strange to be sat here doing like a normal YouTube video, but live. It feels a little bit strange, But here we are. This is fun. We're going to talk all about Strictly and do like a midweek debrief. Talk about what's been going on socials and like It Takes Two and stuff like that, and a little bit like of the chat about training. Hello everybody. Thank you all for joining. I think hi in the comments. This is fun, isn't it? First of all, I feel really shocked. Well, not shocked, but I feel really low that there's only 8 people left. There is literally only 8 people left in the competition, which is really strange. Like, I wrote everyone's names down to sort of like make notes on them for this video, and I was really surprised that I was like, there's only 8 people left. It's really weird. So yeah, very strange that there's only 8 people left. Obviously there's still a bit of the competition to go yet. But yeah, there's only 8 of them, and I don't really want anyone to leave. Someone's commented saying, is anyone finding that? I feel like the sound is not working because, oh, maybe you're not talking about that. I'm trying to tell, my microphone should not be flashing green at all. And potentially, can't see because of the comments. Is it working? Oh no, this is not working. This is not working. This is definitely like dress rehearsal live vibes here. Oh, we might be okay. It stopped. Anyway, before we get into things, what I would really like to do first is chat to you in the comments. So let me know in the comments who you're enjoying. It's mid-series, it's mid-week, and it's mid-series. So who are you looking forward to this week before I start chatting? I'm going to read some of your comments as your comments are coming through. So Vicky might win. I don't know if Vicky will win. I think Vicky's really surprised me, especially this week. She's been like really strong. And she's had like a really good week. But I don't know if she's going to win. To be honest, I say that and I actually don't really know who is going to win at this stage in the competition. Is anyone else finding the competition is going really fast? I think it's going so fast. It is going so fast. The fact there's only 8 people left is pretty wild, to be honest. Someone else with the comp is flying so quickly, it's insane. It's really fast, but this is like a really strong series. And I think that everyone is really enjoying it. So I feel like that's why it's going faster. George and Alexis, you're looking forward to. I am feeling like they are going to be good. I just watched It Takes Two this evening, which I don't actually normally watch. And they were saying some like really good things about George and Alexis's dance. So I think it sounds like it's going to be good. It's a rumba. So I'm not 100% sure on how that will go for them. But yeah, I think it'll be good. Yeah, I think it'll be good. Everyone looking forward to Blackpool. Blackpool is so much fun, isn't it? And then someone else says, yes, Blackpool is one of my faves. Blackpool's just a good vibe. Just a really good vibe. And yeah, like it's so like prestigious and I think everyone wants to get to Blackpool, don't they? Bao and Julian are my favourite couple. I love Belinda and Julian. They were just on It Takes Two talking about their couple's choice, and that was just brilliant. That was such a brilliant dance. I loved it. Drinking Game, how many times they mentioned Blackpool? They're going to mention Blackpool a lot this weekend, aren't they? This is so nice, by the way, like being able to interact to your comments live. Nearly Christmas. It is nearly Christmas. I actually do think I'm going to put my Christmas tree out this weekend. The perks of living by yourself, you get to decide. Did you see Dianne and Amy's reflection? I saw Dianne's, and I have made some notes on it to talk about in this midweek debrief of Dianne reflecting on her Strictly journey on It Takes Two. Like I say, I don't normally watch It Takes Two, but I watched it this week, so I thought it would help me sort of like know what's going on doing a midweek video. Lewis is amazing. We're not sure they'll let him win. Oh, well, it depends on the public, doesn't it? I think Lewis will definitely be in the final. I think he's 100% going to do well. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what that entails for Lewis. If it's a winning thing, if it's just being a finalist, I don't know. I'm not sure. I love the group number at Blackpool. Blackpool's just lovely atmosphere, and I feel like it's going to be very fun. So I'm excited for the Blackpool, very much so. Tess and Claudia's last, don't even mention that. It's so sad to think that is Tess and Claudia's last Blackpool. I'm still gutted they're leaving, and I really don't want them to leave, and I refuse to talk about it. I'm so excited for George and Alexis. They're going to be fun. They're going to be really fun. I feel like a rumba is going to be hard for George. I will say, like, I think that's going to be harder for him. I feel like the male celebrities always get it a little bit harder for a rumba. But no, I think it's good. I think it'll be okay, and I think he'll be fine. Anyway, we're going to get into it. First of all, like, doing a midweek series is something I've wanted to do for a while. Like, it's just been a bit of a busy time being a teacher. But I love doing my Strictly Debriefs, and it's been almost 3 years. Well, this is my 3rd year of doing Strictly Debriefs. So I thought I wanted to extend the series a little bit and have a go at doing a midweek debrief. Because I feel like a lot happens in the week and there's different things that go on. So I thought it'd be fun to do like a midweek debrief. So we're going to start off with talking about the dance-off. The dance-off happened last week, and it was Harry versus Lovois. Harry went. I was really, really sad, and I'd love to know your ideas in the comments on your thoughts on this. But Harry went, and I did feel a bit for Harry because I feel like he'd really improved, and like he's such a great personality, really fun. Like his partnership was so much fun, and I feel like it is a big loss to the competition this year. I feel like Harry was brilliant, and I'm really, really sad that he has gone. I do have a bit of a thing. So I really like Lovois, and I think Lovois was brilliant. But I will say, I think Harry's dance was very technical. Because it was a samba, and samba is quite a technical dance. And I do feel like the judging on Harry has been quite harsh. I didn't really know if they were like judging him harsh because they know he's going to get better. Because I feel like that's sort of what Lovois and Vicki had near the start, where they had some quite harsh judging, but I don't know if that's because they want them to go on the journey. So yeah, I feel like it was really sad that Harry went. I'm seeing some of your comments. I would have saved Harry. Does anyone think Harry should have stayed? I agree, Tom. I would have saved Harry. Jimmy was robbed. Well, we're not talking about Jimmy, but I feel like Jimmy was also robbed. I find it difficult because at this point, I didn't want anyone to leave. I didn't want a single person to go. And it was sad to see Harry go. But I think it also possibly would have been quite sad to see Lovois go. So I feel like I'm in a bit of a place where in the competition, which I get like this every year at this point, the fact that there's no one that I actually want them to go. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm struggling. Oh my gosh, there's so many of you commenting. Thank you. Who would you save? I actually don't know. I thought as soon as Harry and Lovois were in the dance-off together, because I watch it live every week. I don't like the spoilers. I like to find out live. And I did feel like immediately my first thought, was Lovois going to go? So I didn't really know what the judges were going to do, to be honest. So it was a bit of a shock, really. But I possibly would have saved Harry. I don't know. I feel like their scores were very on par. I mean, Lavoir got one less than Harry from Craig. Everyone else gave them the same, so it's quite difficult. I think Lavoir should have gone, but I'm not exactly disappointed about seeing more there. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm not disappointed because I love Lavoir and I think Lavoir's brilliant and I really, really love watching her. But at the same time, I'm a bit gutted Harry's gone. So it's sort of like, you know, mixed emotions on it, really. He was a big part of the comp. I do think he should have been saved. But I love Lavoir so much. I love the little takeovers sometimes. Exactly, like the same thing that I have. Like, I really enjoy watching Lavoir. But I just do feel like Harry possibly should have stayed. I don't know, it's really hard. Anyway, he was talking on It Takes Two. And they seemed really sad about going, him and Karen, of course. And they spoke about how much it was a positive experience and the best bits are really good. And I really enjoyed that because I feel like I personally would be devastated if I was to be eliminated. And I liked that he was sat there and he was very positive. You know, and he spoke about how much of a good experience it was. The best bits were so cute. Obviously they did like a little like rehearsal clip, and then they move on to the dance, or them doing the actual dance. And it was his Lion King salsa, which was really great, and like that iconic push up lift he did on week one, where like Karen was stood on his back, and I feel like kids across the nation were all wanting to do that lift in their living room. So it's brilliant. Moving on from the dance off, so that was sad. I do probably feel like Harry should have stayed, although I'm still happy to see Lavoir stay. So yeah, I'm in like a bit of the two minds about it, to be honest. Next on the agenda for midweek debrief is talking about Dianne Buswell, because if you've watched my channel before, you will know I am a massive fan of Dianne Buswell. So I would love to talk about Dianne Buswell next. I've just realised loads of comments have come through, so I really don't want to ignore you all. I love being live. The producer one was hilarious. Lavoir go bye-bye. They want... right, I think you're right. I think they do want Lavoir at Blackpool. Who do you think will win the dance off this week? I'm going to talk about that later in the video, so please stay tuned, because I'm going to move on to that. First time seeing live. This is my first time being live. It's brilliant. It's so much fun. I just love the chaoticness of going live, and hopefully people can watch this video back, like if they haven't managed to join live. That was sort of my idea, although it's flipped, so I don't know how you do that on YouTube, but hey ho. Anyway, we're going to talk about Dianne Buswell. As I've mentioned already in the video, I don't normally watch It Takes Two. I have a life and it's busy, and I don't normally get to watch it. But I watched it this week because I wanted to do this midweek debrief, and I thought, oh, I'll just watch it because it might give me some ideas, things to talk about, things that are sort of like cropped up in the week. So I watched it, and Dianne was on It Takes Two pre-recorded, and she was looking back at her 9 years on Strictly. Don't know about you, but I am shocked it's 9 years that Dianne has been on Strictly. She was first on with Reverend Richard Coles in 2017. And that's made me suddenly realise like how long ago that actually was. I feel like, I mean, I know there's a lot of partners Dianne's had, but I feel like I haven't really realised it was 9. I mean, to me, 2017 is like a couple of years ago. So it's crazy. Anyway, Dianne did this like lovely video where she reflected on different dances and talked about different things because of like the look backs of it. It was really cute. It was so cute. She spoke about different dances she's had, different dances she's done, and then she obviously spoke so much about Joe. So it was lovely. It was really, really nice, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Dianne's lovely. I've met Dianne, and she is lovely. I absolutely love her. She's brilliant. 9, no way. Yeah, 9 years. Crazy. Think Dianne and Amy will leave. No, they are not going to leave. She said on the video, she's like, how long can I get away with still being here? I don't think they're going to leave. I think they've just come to that point where they've been there for like a long time, and now it's time to look back. No, I don't think they would have done it because they're leaving. Definitely not. I think there'll possibly other pros that get to do it as well. Best live ever. I'm having so much fun. Oh, well, thank you so much for joining. The best of the best when it comes to pros. Dianne is brilliant. I absolutely love Dianne. I'm so happy for her and Joe that they're having a baby boy. It's brilliant news. And yeah, I'm really excited for her and happy for her. And I just think, keep my fingers crossed that she is able to come back to Strictly either next year or like the year after, whatever works for her. But yeah, no, I really, really thoroughly enjoyed it. Right, we're going to talk about all of the dancers, all of the celebrity partnerships this week, and looking forward to this week, sort of talking about how they did last week. Just a bit of the midweek catch up on the different celebrities. The first couple we're going to talk about are Lois and Aliash. They were on It Takes Two this week. Chris, who's Lois, I sort of didn't realize that when he's not Lois, when he's on It Takes Two, he talks about Lois in third person. So Lois, you know, talks about her like that. So Chris was saying about how they were so happy to be safe. The dance off was like really stressful, and they're really excited for the potential for Blackpool. I know there's been some comments already in the live, and I know there's been comments on social media where people do think it's not fixed. I won't say fixed, but a lot of people do think that Lois is basically going to be in Blackpool, sort of like a thing that we think is going to happen already. So then this week, Lois and Aliash are doing A Couple's Choice to Rain on My Parade by Barbara Streisand. Big song. They seem to say that like training was going very well. It's like a big performance, a big song. So they were talking about how she's going to be like big showgirl energy. It's going to be big. Lois had actually said on, Chris had actually said on Instagram that he was exhausted and it was tough this week, but it was going well. So what are your thoughts on Lois' couple choice? What do you think it's going to be like? I think it's going to be big, like definitely from what they were saying, it's going to be big and go home. He said that he was exhausted. Said that pretty much like all of the celebrities are feeling exhausted now because it's halfway through the competition. But yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on what you think the couple choice is going to be like. I think it's going to be big. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be very like musical theatre, like big performance. I think the judges will possibly love it. I feel like it's going to be a bit like American Smooth, sort of like big American sort of performance, like Broadway performance. I feel like it's definitely going to be musical theatre. That's the vibe I sort of get, but I don't know. I think it'll be good, and I think it's going to solidify her place in Blackpool. I'm going to catch up on the comments. I expect big things on that couple's choice. Yeah, I think we're seeing big things. Great songs though over the top. I think it will definitely be over the top. I think though performance is musical, it's definitely going to be musical theatre, surely. Looking forward to it. Guessing it'll be musical theatre. Yeah, everyone's thinking the same thing. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be very musical theatre. I think it's going to be good. I'm expecting big things from it. So fingers crossed it is up to our expectations as Strictly fans. I'm sure it will be, and I think it's definitely going to be Lois going to Blackpool. Don't really know like scores wise. It's very early to sort of think about that. But from what Lois, Chris, it was on It Takes Two. Chris and Aliash were sort of saying about how it was going. It was tough, but going well. And from the video on Lois' social media this week, there was sort of like a mention on it being a bit exhausting, but great and going well. So fingers crossed for Lois. Next up, we're going to talk about Lewis and Katya. Lewis and Katya this week are dancing a tango to 12 to 12 by Somber. There was a clip on It Takes Two of Katya's, it was basically like a bag, a paper bag that she'd wrote on. She'd wrote down routines and the count of the dance. Thursdays, apparently, they do 10 run-throughs straight after each other, and that's sort of how they highlight any mistakes or any things that they're gonna need to like really practice. So tough. I feel like Katya is a harsh, like not harsh, but she's very like strict, and she's very like, we will practice. They prepare a lot. Apparently last week was Katya's highest cha-cha ever, 35. I sort of presumed she'd had higher before, but clearly not. I feel like this week is going to be great choreo. They spoke about last week about poor Lewis had like fake tan sweat. Like he was sweating his fake tan off. And it sounds like it's going well. So I'd love to know what you're expecting for this dance. I think a tango will suit Lewis. I think Lewis will get another 14 winners show. Yeah, I think he possibly will get some high scores this week. Like a tango is quite a like a dramatic dance. When Katya's like Katya's choreo, that's going to be strong, right? Yeah, same people agree. He'll be great at tango, sharp in his movements. Yeah, that's so true. Actually, being sharp is a really good thing in tango. I think Lewis will do really well in the tango. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it will be a good dance for him. I think the tango will be a good dance for Lewis. I think Katya knows how to. She does. She definitely knows how to push Lewis, and I think she's a harsh taskmaster. I think that's what I was trying to say. But she's very strict with her teaching, and I think she definitely knows how to get the best out of her pros. I think some of the choreograph things she does of dances over the years have been second to none. I think Katya is a really good pro. So that he can handle a lot. I think he'll be good. Yeah, I'm excited for this, and I definitely feel like it will be a dramatic performance. And if her previous choreo has been anything to go by, it's going to be good, right? I'm excited. Bring it on for Lewis. I definitely think. I think as of yet, he's the only person for me personally. I don't know about you guys, but I think he is the only person for me currently that is definitely going to be in the final. Surely he's going to be. I just seen your comment. Halloween couple's choice is constantly replaying in my head. Yeah, it was just brilliant though, wasn't it? It was so much fun. As a routine, it was a fun routine. I just loved it when Katya's there playing the piano and then she flips over and then it becomes Lewis. It was brilliant, and that just shows you what a genius Katya is. Him or Amber? Yeah, possibly. I think Amber will be there, but I don't know. The British public are a bit funny with people that have had previous experience, as we've seen for her being the dance off once already. So don't know. We'll wait and see. Anyway. Next up, we've got Karen and Carlos. This is brilliant, by the way, doing a live, because I'm still presenting my videos I would normally do. But I get to come to your comments live rather than reading them after. It's so productive. I love this. Karen and Carlos are next on my midweek debrief. They did a great Charleston, by the way. It was fast. It was so much fun. They spoke on It Takes Two about Carlos constantly being out of breath. Which really made me laugh after each dance. It was quite a hard routine. It was quite fast, but I loved it. I thought it was really, really good. There was something, I think I said this if you watched my Strictly Debrief, there was something for me that just wasn't there was something missing in the Charleston for me, and I couldn't really put my finger on what it was. I thought it was great. It just wasn't wow enough for a 10 for me. I don't know what it was. I think it was the song choice, to be honest. I can't really put my finger on it, and I can't remember why. Anyway, this week she's doing an American Smooth to You Don't Own Me by Say Grace. Big up Clara Amtho that did a Viennese Waltz to that one in 2020. Love that song, You Don't Own Me. Anyway, this week she was saying about how it's not a slow dance. It's actually gliding across the floor and quite fast. Karen was saying that she's not really happy to be back in heels. I think she was definitely enjoying being flat. She said she's feeling really focused and not competitive. It's more like a focus. So I think this week is definitely really good. Carlos really wants them to go to Blackpool. I don't know about you guys, but I think Karen will go to Blackpool, right? I can't imagine yet who's going to get home this week, and I hate to even talk about it. But I imagine she's going to go through. I don't know. I'm not sure. She said that she's giving it a bit of too much energy. So she actually said on It Takes Two that she needs to slow herself down. She said that it's quite fast, but she just feels it is fast, but she also feels like she's going too fast. But then there's an aspect where she said that she thinks she's being dragged around the dance floor. So I don't know. So Carlos was sort of saying she needs to slow down, but then she was sort of saying that she felt like she's getting dragged. So I don't really know. I feel like the American Smooth will be okay. I don't think it's going to be one of her best dances, to be honest. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm not sure. Let's have a look at your thoughts. Karen's Argentine, yeah, her Argentine tango was brilliant. Charleston was a tad too fast. I think that was possibly what it was. I think the music wasn't quite right for it, to be honest. It'll be high energy again. They're really giving everyone American Smooth. Yeah, everyone gets an American Smooth nowadays on Strictly. Like, I didn't in like a very long time ago, back at the beginning. I don't think American Smooth was like all the time that you got one. Like, it wasn't there in the series to start with, was it? I thought it was just Foxtrot. I might be wrong. I swear they introduced it like good few years into Strictly. I think a faster dance suits her. Fingers crossed she's going to be okay. Who's going to leave on Sunday? I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. Love Cow, she's brilliant. I feel like the American Smooth go either way. Yeah, I feel like that too. I don't know how the American Smooth is going to go for Karen. Honestly, no, I did. The competition so strong. I think Lois and George and Karen and Vicki in the final. There's only going to be 3 of them in the final, though. Don't forget that. I don't want anyone to go this week. Can they please just all go to Blackpool and the scores get carried over because we need a 4-person final? We do need a 4-person final. I said that so fast. A 4-person final. Karen and Carlos, though, I think American Smooth could go either way. I don't really know how to predict this one. But we shall wait and see. Lots of chatting in the comments below as who you think is going to be in the final and who you think might go. I don't know. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on in the video. Next up, we're going to talk about George and Alexis. I feel like they've got a lot of love on the comments so far tonight in the midweek debrief live. We are live. They are dancing a rumba to Somewhere Only We Know by Lily Allen this week. George says that I feel like when they were saying about when they join Strictly, they get to pick, well, they get to like hand over a playlist of what songs they would like to dance to. And George was saying this was pretty much like the only song that he actually said that he'd want to dance to. So I feel like because of he's obviously not chosen the song this week, it's one that he wants to do. But with him sort of saying like how much he likes this song, I'm sort of feeling like it's going to go well for him. I'm not sure. I feel like, I don't know, just having that sort of like own, just like connection with the song maybe helps. I don't know. I'm not completely sure, but we shall wait and see. Anyway, from how they came across on It Takes Two tonight, it came across that they're having a really fun time. They're sort of, again, I think Alexis sounds like a bit of a harsh taskmaster because she was saying that it's technique on Monday, Tuesdays, and then they sort of start to enjoy the dance like later on in the week and work on emotion and performance. So it sounds like Alexis is working him hard. What did George do last week? I can't think. It's all just such a blur already, and my notebook says that, and I'm not going to get it. What did George do last week? He did his American Smooth. Is that right? Yeah. Or did you waltz? Thank you so much. Someone that just commented waltz. He did waltz. I think that went quite well for him. Yeah, I think the waltz was pretty good for him. So this week doing a rumba is different. It's still slow. I don't know. I just feel like it's always really hard for male. They always say like it's harder for male celebs to do rumba. So I don't know. I'm not sure how it's going to go for him, to be honest. Avini as well. Thank you for correcting me in the comments. I'm nervous about the rumba. I hope George does well. I feel like the music choices, some choreo, have been working against him on multiple occasions. Yeah, I feel like when he did the K-pop Demon Hunters dance for his couple's choice, I sort of felt like there should have been something a bit more about him. Like, we've seen such lovely couple's choices about like Ellie and about Bao, and I feel like this week Lavoie hers is going to be very much like about Lavoie and the character of Lavoie. But yeah, I do feel like George it wasn't great. It was brilliant and I enjoyed it, but it could have been more about him maybe. And then the Charlie XCX dance, loved it. Like Cha-Cha, brilliant, love the song. Just don't think, I feel like at the minute, like some people on Strictly are like coming up with songs, which is brilliant, and then they're trying to fit it to a dance, and I don't always think that works, to be honest. So I don't know. Jimmy did a great one with this year. Yeah, the standard of this series is really good. I remember saying on my Strictly Debrief, like, that week how impressed I was with Jimmy's rumba. So hopefully George is going to take a leaf out of Jimmy's books there. I don't know. I'm not sure. I really don't know how this is going to go for George. I really, really hope that it goes well, because I would hate to lose George at this point in the competition. I don't want anyone to go, but I don't know. I just feel like having a rumba is a bit of a fear for me. George and Alexis dancing Soda Pop will always be iconic. Forever, love that. If you were on the show, what song would you want to? I need to do when the Strictly series stops. My plan is to do Strictly videos still in like January, February, March, whatever, and talk about different songs or looking back on previous series and talking about my own Strictly playlist. So that is something I want to do. So that is definitely coming the way when the Strictly series is over. I think that's why we get to Blackpool. I feel like he's more to give. George definitely has more to give. 100%. George definitely has more to give. For sure. For sure. Definitely. There's no themes this week. It's Blackpool. Yeah, lots of Blackpool mentions. There's no theme this week. Just normal. But there we go. I think George and Alexis is going to be good. I think it is going to be good. Tom, which pose like dance with? It would be Dianne. But I think it's limited this week when it makes Blackpool. I know it's sad that no one's going to make it to Blackpool. Yeah, anyway, right. We are moving on. We are talking to we're not interviewing them. I'd love to. But we are talking about Belinda and Julian. This week, they're doing an American Smooth to My Guy by Mary Wells. My Guy. I love that song. They were talking on It Takes Two, how much they loved their couple's choice, the impact it's had. They've been having messages and messages and messages all about it. So it sounds like there's been a really incredible response to their... Excuse me, I normally don't talk this long. I always edit my videos and have a little break between. Oh my goodness. I couldn't present live TV, could I? I'd be like, all the time. So yeah, it was really, really lovely to hear about the impact and response they've had to their couple's choice. Their couple's choice, Belinda and Julian, was incredible. I feel like it was so important for them to get that representation, and I feel like it was so nice that she finally was not in the dance-off. Excuse me. Yeah, it was so special and it was so incredible and it was lovely. This week, though, they're doing the American Smooth. So Belinda and Julian were saying tonight on the show that sort of like they really want to take in like the confidentness and how well their couple's choice went, and they want to sort of bring that in to the couple's choice, to the American Smooth this week. So fingers crossed to them. I really hope they do well. They said Monday and Tuesday was really hard. So, excuse me. So I was just going to say, Tom, go get a drink. I actually might have to. I'm going to take a sip. BRB. I definitely need to have a sip of water. Stunning. That really was a lovely glass of water. It's still, I'm getting really tickly for it though. Today they said it was good. They said Monday and Tuesday have been really hard. Excuse me, this is so chaotic. But they played a clip on It Takes Two, and it looked really good. It looked really good. So I'm excited for Belinda and Julian. I really love them. My fear is for Belinda, though, that potentially she might be the next one to go. And I really don't want that to happen. But you sort of like... You sort of get to this point, and I don't know about you guys, but I get to this point in the show where I think I don't want anyone to go, and then I have like all my favourites, and then I'm like, actually, I don't want them to go, but then I don't want anyone else to go. So it's really, really difficult for that. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you think, because I really don't want Belinda and Julian to go, but do you feel like their time is up? It definitely wasn't in their couple's choice, by the way. That was amazing, but I'm just a little bit scared about that, to be honest. I'm going to read some of your comments so I don't choke myself by coughing. I'm interested about Bow's American Smooth. I feel like it could make or break, but love her and don't want her to go. I know, it's just this point in the competition that you don't want anyone to go. it was so good to see Belinda just get to enjoy herself on the dance floor. I totally agree with that. She needed something to just like have a big, nice dance. Hopefully not, but I don't know who I want to go instead. Well, that's the thing. If it's going to be like Alex or Belinda next, right? I don't. I predicted Karen to go home a couple of weeks ago, and then now she's done like just the most brilliant dances. So I don't know. Yeah, sadly, I think Bao will be at least in the dance off again. Yeah, possibly it could be. Can you do a video on like your favorite group dances? Yeah, I'll definitely be doing more of those kind of videos after the Strictly season has ended. Will she be eliminated? Will she be eliminated at some point? Well, she is going to be eliminated at some point, isn't she? I don't think Bao will make the final. But when that is, who knows? Right, we're going to move on. We're going to talk about Amber and Nikita. Amber and Nikita this week are doing a paso doble to Dream On by Aerosmith. They showed actually a clip of Amber and Nikita's dances on It Takes Two this evening. And what I wrote down was, wow, it looked very fast and it looked good. Nikita was saying that Amber needs to give it like a bit more intensity, so perhaps a bit more attack. It looked really good though, and I think it's going to be very dramatic. Amber obviously loves the performance, being a musical theatre girly. Paso's very dramatic itself. So I think we're probably expecting a really good dance from Amber this week. I don't know. Amber's definitely be safe. Whether it's like really amazing or just good, I don't know. I'm not sure. Personally, how I feel is that she's going to be great and she's going to be brilliant. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on Amber and Nikita this week? Oh, straight away you're commenting already. Amber could be great at this. It feels right up her street. Yeah, I feel like with it being a very like dramatic dance, I feel like surely this is like Amber's thing. Amber should make some fab Spanish lines. I love that. Love Amber. I'm not sure if Amber will get quite the attack down, but she should still do really well. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not fully sure how it will go for her. I imagine it's going to be brilliant, but yeah, I don't know how spot on it's going to be. I really enjoy Amber. I really like watching Amber dance. She's obviously got a lot of experience. She's very good. She's sort of the one that the public like, yeah, but she's only got like previous experience, blah, blah, blah. But no, I really enjoy her, and I think she's been great so far in this competition. But yeah, I feel like this is going to be a really good week for Amber. That's how I feel. So I hope it sort of like correlates. Oh, someone else has said, I do think this could be really good for Amber. Fingers crossed for Amber. I hope she's going to be okay. Moving on, we've got two couples left to talk about, and we've already been live for 38 minutes. This is the longest YouTube video I've ever done in my life. Next up, we've got Alex and Jojo. They are dancing on Waltz to Weekend in New England by Barry Manilow. Not going to lie, never heard this song in my life. Listen to it, and it's very Waltz. There's been no mention on It Takes Two with Alex this week, so I've not seen her be interviewed. So I have no notes about this week's dance. All I can go on is sort of prediction. I think a waltz is going to be very suited for Alex. It's a very waltz song, very waltzy song, if you can say that. I don't know if you can actually say a very waltzy song. Anyway, it sounds like it's going to be perfect for a waltz. I think Alex is very much someone that needs to really like perform and act out. Like she said how much she struggled this week at the paso doble. Was it the paso doble she did this week? That had like no, yeah, it was, and it had no lyrics. It was just all music, and she found that really difficult. And I think it definitely made her struggle to perform a bit more. I'm not really sure. I don't know, like sort of. I don't know how it sort of will work for her. To be fair, but yeah, I don't know. I imagine the waltz is going to be good. Her ballroom is top tier. Yeah, I feel like her ballroom has always been like second to none. To be fair. What was the really amazing week that she did? Wasn't that the rumba? Her rumba was brilliant. I mean, I know obviously that's a Latin dance, but she's had some really brilliant weeks, and I feel like it's going to work for her. Yeah, I feel like waltz is going to be good for Alex. I'm excited. I love Alex and Johanna's. I would hate for them to leave, to be honest. But I do feel like perhaps they could go in a couple of weeks. Like, someone's got to go now, haven't they? And maybe it's going to be them. I don't know. I think Alex will do well with the waltz. I hope she gets good comments on it. She's been one of the most consistent people. Yeah, she's been good, and I think Alex does also get like harsh comments, to be fair. Personally, I think Alex is going to be great at the waltz. I think this week, to be honest, there's going to be like a hard competition. I think people that so far that we spoke about, George, I don't know. I just got a fear about the rumba, a real fear. And then Belinda, I don't know. I'm not sure. I hope she'll be all right. Finally, my friends, next up is Vicki and Kai. They are this week doing a jive to, it does sound like a strong week, by the way, that comment's just come through. They are doing a jive to Sound of the Underground by Girls Loud, which is a song I love. They showed a clip of Vicki in training this week, and she was speaking about how it's a very fast dance, and Vicki said she needs to use a lot of energy. So I feel like that might be a struggle for Vicki this week. Her legs looked good though, not gonna lie. She said about how much she's having like a lower body workout doing the jive. To be honest, I didn't really know what to expect from her tango, and her tango was brilliant. So I don't know what to expect from this jive. Sound of the Underground is a tune. I just hope it fits to jive. You know when you really like deeper song? Oh my goodness, someone else just commented that. Not sure about jive, that song. Yeah, I don't know how Sound of the Underground is going to work for a jive. She's definitely so improved, Vicki. I thought that she'll dance last after last week. Yeah, possibly. I think it could go either way for her. Yeah, I'm a bit concerned. I don't know for Vicki if a jive will work for her. I don't know. I have to think about that. I love this song. I hope Vicki can channel Cheryl again. Yeah, she's got another Girls Loud-esque. Well, this is Girls Loud. Last one was Cheryl, but another like Cheryl one. How well will they do you think? Do you think she'll be a finalist? I don't know. With Vicki from the start, I didn't really know how far Vicki would go. I was sort of worried about that and didn't really know what to expect from her. But I feel like, oh my goodness, like her tango was incredible, and she's definitely just like gone up and up and up and up every week. And obviously she got 39, so I think she'll possibly be okay at a jive. I love Vicki and I love Kai, and I think they're a brilliant partnership. And she has worked so hard on like her confidence, and that's really sort of come through. Like I've noticed that of late. So hopefully she's going to be good. Don't really know what to expect from it. I'm a bit nervous. Possibly I'm most nervous for Belinda, George, and Vicki this week. Yeah, because I think Alex Waltz is going to be really good. Amber's paso is going to be great. Karen doing an American Smooth, I think, well, possibly I'm a little bit worried for her as well then. Lavoie, couple choice fine. Lewis tango, great. I do think George will be great at the rumba, but I'm a little bit nervous. Anyway, that is Strictly Midweek Debrief. We have debriefed all of the couples and where they're at, what I'm thinking, predictions, a little bit like that. So I would love to open the floor up to any questions. Oh my goodness, this is not the tripod. Any questions you want to ask me about Strictly for the last 5 minutes of the live. So do you want to ask me about who's my favourite couple? Do you want to ask me which dance I'm most excited for? Ask away in the comments. Send your comments in and we will talk all things Strictly. Questions for the last bit of the live. People also saying about how well Vicki has improved, and I don't think she'll go home. No, definitely Vicki won't go home. I just feel like I'm a little bit nervous about her for the drive. Favourite couple? My favourite... I just told you to ask me this, and I'm literally going to give the most cop-out answer ever. But I actually don't know. This year, to me, I haven't had a complete favourite. I'd possibly say my favourites are Vicki, Belinda, and... Do you know, I actually really like Amber and Nikita, and I do really like Lewis and Katya. I don't know. I feel like a lot of them are my favourites at the minute. Dance off predictions. My predictions for the dance off are really hard. Like I do this on my Strictly Debrief, and I do always feel like I feel like I can never really fully predict it. So it's hard, and especially when I have not even seen them dance. But maybe Balvinda and Karen. I don't know. I actually have no idea. That's my guess of yet. It may change. What do you mean you don't know? I just don't know. Like I really, I think it's such a strong series, and I've really enjoyed like lots of people. And I haven't had like a favorite. Like in previous years, like I've had, to be fair, like whoever is with Dianne. So like in the past, like I've had favourites like Clara Amtho, she was definitely my favourite that year. Ellie and Zito, Sarah and Zito as well. Both years they've been with Zito. I liked Bobby and Dianne. I loved Joe and Dianne back in the day. So yeah, I feel like this year I've just not really had like a certain favourites. I've liked too many people. Oh gosh, there's so many comments coming in. I'm trying to catch up with them all. Which dance would you want to do? Maybe like the jive or the cha-cha, like something Latin with good vibes, I think would be fun. What do you think of the two new pros? I think they're good. I think they're pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, I feel like Julian is probably my favourite over Alexis. I don't feel like I don't want to say this because this sounds horrible, but I feel like Alexis does make it about herself quite a bit, which is fair because it's her first series. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel on her yet. I really like Julian though. What are your predictions of the finalists? Well, it's going to be Lewis, possibly Amber, but could it be like Lewis, George, Karen, Lewis, George, Vicki? Like I don't know. Sometimes the public don't always get it right. I imagine it's going to be Lewis, Amber, and a third. But I really don't know. It's so hard to call. Who's going to be the top of the leaderboard this week? Lewis or Amber. Yeah. Just feel like the dances they both have are really dramatic and it's going to be good. Yeah. What's your favourite dance of the series so far? Oh, I said this in my Strictly Debrief, and I feel like Vicky's tango was really up there for me as a dance last week. I thought it was really good. But I possibly would say as well Vicky's Cheryl Icons Week dance. I can't lie. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And just maybe like Ellie Samba as well. I did really enjoy Ellie this year. My faves are Kaz, Bao, George, Lavar, Alex. I know it's so difficult to say your favorite this year. She has a lot of energy. Who's your favorite judge? My favorite judge is Motzi. Absolutely, she's just so much fun and she's so positive and she gives like criticism very constructively. And I feel like she brings a really nice atmosphere to the judging panel. Is there any two celebs you don't want to see in the dance off together? Possibly, I would say I wouldn't want to see Amber and Lewis because I think they are both like the titans of this series, and I would hate to see one of them go over each other because I feel like they both equally deserve their place in the competition. Julian is mine. Back off. No, I just think Julian's like a really fun pro. Have you liked the judging this series? And the comments have been mostly good, but lots of people disagree. Yeah, I feel like it's a very, very, very good, strong series. So I feel like the judging has been like a bit here, there, and everywhere. But no, I think it's been okay. Like there's moments with Shirley that I don't always agree. And there's stuff where I think, oh, Craig is being like really tough on people and a bit too miserable. But no, I think the judging and all I've liked. I have enjoyed it. Worst night was Amber Lewis. Yeah, Amber Lewis said we don't want that. Anton Dubek is my favourite. I love Craig getting his tens. Yeah, there's although I say he's been a bit miserable, there has been some good Craig 10s so far this series. Anyway, it is now 7:50 and I plan to do this for half an hour, and I've definitely gone way over what I planned. Thank you so much for watching. I've really enjoyed doing this live. What's been really lovely about it is like planning my own video, and I have done what I was going to plan, but then also being able to talk to you at the same time. So this has been very enjoyed from me. I have a little bit of an announcement. If you're still here and still watching or watching on demand, the announcement is on Sunday, straight after the results show, I am going to be doing a weekly live stream after the results show, and we're going to have a results show party, basically a little post-results show party where we're going to talk and debrief about the results show and do a little live. It's not going to be as long as this on a Sunday night, but we're going to do a little live after the results show, talk things through. I love posting my debrief on a Sunday morning, and I love sitting there and replying to all your comments, which is so brilliant and so much fun. This is why I love doing this channel. But in the evening of Sunday, we never really get to talk about the results show. I never really get time to talk about the results though. So I want to do a live stream, and that is going to be happening on Sunday at 8 p.m. straight after. Someone is desperate to know, which couple do you think is going to win? Lewis. As of yet, I think Lewis. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Please like this video, comment if you haven't been watching live, because the hope is that this is going to stay on my channel, but I don't know how it works. I'll have to wait and see. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very soon. All that's left to say is like, comment, subscribe. Thank you, and I will see you very soon. In fact, I will definitely see you soon. I will see you on Sunday morning for a debrief of week 8 of Strictly 2025, and then we will debrief after the results show at 8 p.m. on Sunday, live. It will be live. I love that. My normal Strictly debrief though will not be live. That will be posted on Sunday morning. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Ciao for now. This is going to be an embarrassing bit where I don't know how to end the stream, but here we go. I'll see you at Sunday 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. for the debrief. But yeah, thank you so much. Ciao for now. Goodbye. Thank you.